So, northern
There's an
outpost
air
we
of
got.
mysticism about you. It's my pleasure. Please
Urenvre. I just wanted to know. No, I haven't worked in any tavern as a dancer. Why do people keep bringing this up? Or was anything else? So for her, the best one is, would you go back to your old life? That's a very mortal question. Krazzt doesn't exist anymore. I was exposed as a Daedra. There is no possibility for me to go back. We can't hold on to fleeting things. If they're gone, they're gone. That is something you have to accept, and not pondering over and over again.
take care.
Hello, guildmate.
So,
Well
Gever,
met.
just wanted to know, how's working with Tesserayiel? A mess. I've heard stories about her, even that she's able to work with dark seducers, so I thought the offer would be honest, getting out of the relic grind. She hasn't changed at all. Well, maybe a little bit. However, when she looks at male Orioles, there's still the same contempt and pity in her eyes. It never gets better. Where does garbage go to? Into the garbage bin. Welcome to Breville.
Bye.
Let's go to Skingrad. Here's Quurunae. Just wanted to know. Oh, another one. Last one. Oh, best not talk about him. But, how's living here? At first it was strange. Mortals shouted at me, then ran away. Few dared to even talk with me, and those were mostly guards. Behind them were their superiors pushing them to me, find out what I was up to. It's better now. People understand that I'm not going to tear them into little delicious pieces. However, it is kind of strange for me. In Lord Dagon's services, I had much more freedom, but few Daedra considered themselves equal to me. Bossing around Dremora was fun. Being blamed and ridiculed for a loss that wasn't our fault was not. In Lord Dagon's services, castes and clans were important. They aren't for me anymore, not in this world, not with my new allegiances. I play by the mortals and Tesserayiel's rules, why not? My days here are more peaceful than any in Lord Dagon's service. That may be boring, like Moonshadow. It is better than having your arm torn out by an Ogrim, or having to deal with the Dremora clan politics. Bah. And what's the other one? Coral.
Well met.
Just wanted to know. I don't care if my pupils make me look fat. Oh, is there something else you wanted to ask? Why don't you wear armor? That is my past. The strong Oriole warrior in shiny glittering armor made of golden scales. It was a sight to behold, but it is not me anymore. Tesserayiel, she hasn't changed all that much. Still a commander, still a fighter, only her battles are different now. Quurunae, she never was a warrior, more of a diplomat. Me? Once I've donned our armor, it hasn't been long ago. A couple of years, months, I'm not sure. However, I'm certain of one very thing. I am not here to fight. I don't need armor. It does no longer show what I am. Even on the Isles, I went into hiding. Couldn't take the whispers of my sisters anymore. Weakling. Coward. Not anymore. Tesserayiel accepts me for what I am, even if I am no longer what I'm meant to be. So I'm here, in public service, speaking with mortals. Don't need armor and weapons to do so.
You too.
You do have a sword, though.
A pleasure.
Daedra lore, lesser anthem. Some are here to cause mayhem. They pillage and murder. Most Daedra serving the troublesome lad. They're nothing more than cliched monsters.
Farewell.
So most of you. Alright. So here's Setuva. Just wanted to know. You seek knowledge. few female Dremora. Daedra aren't born. Our form is the form of our spirit. It may change. It is not set in stone. Few Dremora are aligned to a feminine form, due to our society being what it is. You could also ask why there are so few male Golden Saints. Same reasons, just gender and type of Daedra changed. There are and always have been some female Dremora. It's just that we're usually away from the front, and even if we're there, we are no Exivili, wearing just a kilt. Fully armored, we would be hard to spot. So yeah, her face is kind of messed up. I think it's a load order thing. I could probably fix it.
I hope I can help.
Priennta, just wanted to know. Go on. What do you do in your time off? We, Teledri and myself, are not like the Eternal Guardians. While we could work day and night, Zereshu and Tesserayiel told us to have some free time. It is a difficult concept to grasp. In my former life, I always had something to do, be it guard duty, meditating, running errands, or whatever else needed to be done. Having time for myself is strange. New, not bad though. I can understand why mortals like some time for themselves, and why our guild masters wanted us to imitate their behavior. I can't say that I've already found out what to do with my time. I'm mostly just drifting along, see what happens. If anything at all, and when I do so, there's always the little voice of guard in me, giving me company. So, here's Velerya's best buddy, Martin Septim. Oh, I smell her perfume on you. How can this be? Letter from Velerya. You have what? So the past comes to haunt me again. I take the letter, and I will read it, but not here, and not now. It was a terrible time, and the only good that came from it is my knowledge about Daedric magic. So, yeah, that's why it's Requiem 1, because if he's dead, then you get Requiem 2.
I figured out.
While I'm here, let's give him a Zura star.
Ah, Azure.
Oh, Imperial. Isn't the name odd? Think about it. Most races named themselves after where they came from, like the Khajiit, Desert Walkers, Nords, and many others. Or they describe themselves like Bodmer, Forest Folk. The only other exceptions are the Red Guard, a Cyrodilicized version of Regatta, their warrior wave that landed on Tamriel ages ago. And of course we Imperials, not Cyrodiilics, after Alessia freed all men from Ayleid yoke. How did they redefine themselves? Imperials, those that build and maintain empires. A powerful name, with magic in itself. Seducer portrait clothed, a Daedroth I met long ago, a lifetime ago. I don't know how her picture found its way into Cloud Ruler Temple, as if she's still out there, knowing what I do. Not a comforting thought.
Be sure to speak to Joffrey about the
There's a long, like, huge speech that Zereshu gives about which artifact you should sacrifice to Martin. I'll cut that in a little bit. Or right here. So here's Krazzt. Just wanted to know. How did you end up here? I'm not sure. Some Exivili picked me up as I was roaming through the mountains. Some time ago, a few weeks or years, the Puzzle Canal in Vivec City was flooded, since being abandoned for quite a bit longer. After the Nerevan came, no one pestered me with silver swords any longer. Do you need a silver sword, by the way? I've got a lot to sell. Well, the Exivili told me I could go here, and wouldn't need to be burdened with silver swords any longer. I can't recall the time before the swords. And the fresh air is better than damp fog filled with the stench of silver swords. So I'm here. Yes, I guess I am. Well,
It's my pleasure.
let Velerya know we turned in her letter. Letter from Velerya. You've delivered my letter. Many thanks. To be honest, I expected him to toss it right into the fire. Important for me is only that he got it. I tried to explain what happened back then, and my feelings, just so that I can let him go, finally. This will still take some time, yet please take this. I'd intended to give it to him, but that wouldn't be appropriate anymore, would it? I just wanted to know. Please, go on. I'm all horns. Mortal and Daedra relationships. There will always, and have been, there always will be. However, most of the time they don't go as well as here in Merkura. Surprised, there are a few close, shall we say, friendships around here. Like one stormy night, one of the mortals and Barum met in my attic without candles, only with words. Now they spend a lot of time together. Not that they would confess any of it, but there's always a place for them in my lovely little attic, if they need a more private place. And then there's Maya and her servant, not a happy relationship, but some kind of relationship nonetheless. Best not to dwell on it. I've had my own relationships with mortals in the past. Many were satisfying, but ended all too quickly. Mortal lives are like candles on water lilies, so short and frail. Others end it not as I hoped they would. I know what people say about my kind. I'm no kind of black widow. I haven't killed any of my partners. Time and other causes wasted them away. Such is the fate of all things mortal. Every rose has to wither. Enjoy their odor while they last.
Farewell.
So she gave us the betrothal ring, which is pretty powerful. 15 shield, 5 restore fatigue, 100 magicka. And if you come back after Martin dies, you can do the quest again and get another powerful ring. Oh. I guess this just got added. I don't think it was here before.
A pleasure to...
Seducer and Worshipper. Ah yes, me and a worshipper who was very important to me. I taught him a lot, and I still dream of our night. As the old saying goes, enjoy and dwell in silence.
Well met.
So here's Frondre.
Pleasure to speak with.
I just wanted to know, of course. Why have you left the Isles? There wasn't any choice involved. Pinnacle Rock was hit by an earthquake, and well, a boulder hit me, so I was banished to the void. Before I could return, a conjurer intervened and pulled me to Mundus. She was later put into jail, and luckily no one recognized me as Maskin, so I was freed. Until Kara found me. Oh dear. When she gives you a choice, you really don't have a choice at all. More I will not say. So I think that's... yeah, I've interviewed 20 members of the Stranded Light. Have I missed any at all? So you need Shiva and Jesmin. I don't have Jesmin just yet. So the recruiting quest also factors into it. So I don't have Jesmin yet, but after I complete the Art Guild I can interview her as well. Okay, so I guess they stay in Revendri's house, a little shack. Imperial City. The city is crowded. It's hard to find a place to live. I'm happy about my waterfront shack. It's more than enough for me. That's why I allowed Tyrru and Garradug to move in. As long as they keep quiet, they may have their place until they find a better one. Knowing this city, it could take months, maybe even more. Not to mention the money it takes. I had the fortune of having a sponsor. Don't know why she gave me the money, but why should I care? At least Garradug had a painting of her. Quite a rare gift. A nice memory, though. I'm happy to have it. Not everything in Elsewhere was bad, and kindness sometimes even came from a Dunmer.
Good day.
So yeah, I don't know if that's a new revelation, or... I'm sure it's been mentioned before that Zerishu was the one that sent Revendri here. She probably saw that she would fix the law. You've helped Velerya. That was... I don't know. I don't envy her. I also don't pity her. Banding with unpersons like Tyrru and Verjeka, that just asks for trouble. I'm surprised that she wasn't already banished. Imagine you and 2 friends of yours are sanguine worshippers, and you like to throw a party. Lo and behold, through summoning, you even get 3 beautiful servants of sanguine as guests of honor. Then at the end of the affair, one of your friends is reduced to a lifeless husk, the other got raped, killed, his soul stolen, and delivered to the eternal torment of the hands of Molad Bal. Would you trust the 3rd visitor, or would you flee for your life? Don't answer. Velerya may have had genuine feelings for her lover, but it is no surprise that he turned away from her. She may have fallen for him, but he's just horrified. Don't trust Daedra seducers. I wouldn't have judged her for this sense. You may not understand, but this gives me hope. I know that Tyrru gave you the hints necessary to free me, and I know what kind of person Tyrru is. If you don't judge me for her crimes, then I can sleep easier. Thanks. Tell me about her ring. Concentrate on me, on my eyes. Try not to only see them, but also see through them. For a heartbeat, you're not only seeing Teshekru before you, but at the same time, yourself right in front of her. Though the vision was different, blurred, bright, every color multiplied 1,000 times with itself. See, sensory informations can be shared. I can touch you and not only feel you, but also feel how you feel me. Makes your head hurt. Well, it should. It's quite complicated. Share your thoughts. Intermingling. Hey, you asked. Should I lie? Yeah, I think I already got 2 for the upper part of the tower. So she doesn't have anything else to say about... Just wanted to talk for this area. So, here we are in Capstone Cave.
I see.
Alright, so looks like this might be it. Inscribed jewelry box over here. Maybe not. So I still have to lockpick it, but there's a red key inside. I found a red key. So then this key will open up the key in Belda. So then the second one is in Belda, right by the entrance. Figure Tyrru wouldn't want to go in further and associate with all these Daedra conjurers. So yeah, this one. Right here. And you get the purple key. And then you go to Entius. Spring of Silverfish River. Spelled wrong. Alright, and here's the chest at the bottom of Fort Entius over at Silverfish River. I've opened the container with the key. I found the sword. Moon Reaver. So yeah, if you do happen to fail to save Tyrru, or you haven't done it yet, there is another clue you can get by talking to Biffa in the Talos Plaza Inn, but she kinda just sends you out on a wild goose chase, because she says to look for Daedra summoners and work your way backwards, because I guess Tyrru went from here to Belda to Capstone Cave and then went to Bruma. So she tells you to follow her path backwards from Bruma to some summoner's cave. But yeah, that's a little too vague, so it's better to just free Tyrru and get her hints. Alright, on to the next one. I'm gonna go do some stuff in the Shivering Isles real quick. So let's check with Tand. Oh really? I'm not that interesting, I know. I'm a boring exhibit. What did you do for Mayrune's Dagon? Nothing important, just errands to go by, and nothing not fall in his hierarchy to the levels of scamps. There weren't great years. On the contrary, they were pretty awful. I did a lot I'm not proud of, like demolishing homes, stealing diamonds, cooking strawberry pies, sacrificing children, and guarding old shrines. Nothing important or horrific like the usual tasks given to higher-ranked exhibitors. I'm here now, and I'm content to not have to serve Mayrune's Dagon ever again.
You're pathetic.
I feel like that's probably the wrong choice. Not interesting enough. So yeah, I might think to just save beforehand and ask all 3 questions and then choose the one that seems the most interesting. Oh hey, it's me. No, I'm keeping my lair hidden. Tyrru would send someone to banish me again. That daughter of a rotten dot doesn't like competition. And I'd like to have 3 fresh mortal children, a couple of adults, oh, an enslaved hern for some entertainment. Wait, you're not the one I have to order things here, are you? Anarchy was one of my old characters. I donated a face for one of the visitors. Jesmin. Okay, so now sure, Firstande. I just wanted to know. What does the Queen know? Just about everything. Just ask and be blessed by an answer that will shake your world for you upside down. Of course, question and answers have to be in Ballywog speech. Such little details are important. Words are just a vessel for wisdom, and the vessel must fit. Human speech is just not fitting. It can't hold true knowledge. It is like a shadow of truth then. Okay.
You're pathetic.
So, we finished the Art Guild again. This time, Manasai didn't die, so she's still alive because we told her gibberish. And we can now ask her to join the Stranded Light. Jesmin want to join the Stranded Light, and she agrees to. And I just wanted to know, yes, entertain me with questions. Not the best choice, but better than boredom or silence. And the best choice is, what have you done with Barnard? I am ashamed. He wasn't ready, wasn't really willing, but agreed nonetheless. I shouldn't have, well, fulfilled Yantism's request, yet did anyway. I think I've hurt him deeply, not his body, although he was overwhelmed by my passion here and there. His mind, on the other hand, I've asked myself afterwards what power Yantism has over him, what she's able to command him to do something he really doesn't want to. After our sessions, I've watched over him as he cried himself to sleep, heard his rumblings, while having nightmares of me, of Yantism, of Morrowind. I wish I had been more gentle, but for Yantism I wasn't passionate enough. Oh dear. I'm really not sure if I want to know their history. I only know that I'm not proud of my part in it. Usually my passion brings enjoyment for both. Under Yantism's command, it only brought pain and regret. Not a good thing. And that's the final interview. I've interviewed all Daedric members of the Stranded Light, resident in Cyrodiil and the Shivering Isles. What more could there be to ask for? And also get the Familiarity quest. No. Oops, I accidentally. Let's do that again. And alright, who should I give it to? And so she asked you to give this letter to someone that looks exactly like her, or almost like her. I want to give you a letter from Jesmin. Did you fall on your head or something? I didn't want to have my own letter. Oh. And we got the reward from completing the Art Guild, which is a Landray that you can ride. Alright, and so if you give the letter to the wrong person, they'll take it and that'll just end the quest. But if you give it to Tyrru, she'll tell you that the person that gives the letter gets a reward, so she refuses to take it, but other people will take it and just get the reward themselves. So the one that looks exactly like Jesmin is Shiva. Or similar. I guess pretty similar. I'm guessing you're supposed to tell based on the eyes because they have different colors. Moon Reaver, congratulations. Rumors. We have two prominent schools of thought among Lesser Daedra. One says we're always alone, another because we're the other says we're never alone because we are immortal. Try it out. Yeah. So I want to give you a letter from Jesmin. What? That's impossible. She disappeared hundreds of years ago. Do you mean she's back again? Let me have the letter. Yes, she's back. Ah, I see. Many, many thanks. Still her old self, I see, as if nothing had changed. We both love water, oceans, lakes, rivers, beaches. It's good to know her. She's back on a shore, and she'll be delighted to hear that I'm now living underwater, so to speak. Want me to bring a letter back? That will not be necessary. I have other means to get in contact with her, now that I know that she's back. Your work should not go unrewarded. Jesmin asked me to give the courier of her letter something that I have kept safe for her. For a long time, it's good to finally be rid of it. It's began to be tempting. What is it? It's a sword, simply called Shadow. However, the sword itself is not so simple. Mephala once sent an assassin after poor Jesmin, one of her most powerful servants. Jesmin proved to be more clever and tricked the assassin into his downfall. In a way, Shadow is for Mafala what Moon Reaver is for Mehrunes Dagon. Use it with caution. Shadow. Nice sword. Another scripted effect. I have to try it out on something. 25 resist normal weapons. Guess it would be good for a mage that doesn't use a staff. So for this quest, you just have to bide your time at the Dunewalker's Inn, or use move to player on him. I've just thought about something while being here in this place of my Khajiit brethren. There was once an Ohms in Cyrodiil's Mage's Guild before me, even though she played the part of a Bosmer, and then long before I arrived, before the Suthe decree was lifted, she was sent on a mission. I think you've met her, Arriasha. She who was lost to the Shivering Isles, her sanity shattered. I was able to create a cure, one made specifically for her, that should restore her sanity, if only for a time, long enough hopefully to convince her to come back and bring her out of the Isles. I can't ask anyone else, and I don't dare going myself, so I have to ask you, would you deliver the cure to her? No, I've had enough of her. Of course, what do I need to do? Take the medicine, don't try it on anybody else, it will only work for her. Curing madness, especially Daedric-induced one, is tricky. Has to take both the kind of madness and the individual's mind into account. Make her drink the medicine, she should have some time of clarity, then ask her to leave the Isles. But don't force her. I don't want to know her hurt, or be the cause of further suffering. And then, however it went, I'm not entirely sure if the potion will work. Tell me what has happened. Good luck. So, crazy cat lady. And you also have to complete the art guild, the chained, what is it? Yeah, the Sanctuary of the Lost. You have to complete that quest, so let's go to Bliss.
Yes?
Sebastian's still here. There's a hint for you. Because in order to convince her to take the medicine, you have to have not stolen the book from her and not taken Sebastian to Rumorin. So you have to refuse to do the quest for Tholorin. I've got something to drink for you. You have tasty thirst quencher. Give Arriasha bottle. Here, take it. Looks at the vial, then shrugs and drinks its contents. She begins to cough, staggers, can barely hold on her feet. She falls down, gets up again, shakes her head. Oh dear, my head hurts. What has happened? Everything's just so terrible now. What did you do to me? Explain yourself now. I restored your sanity. And did you ask yourself if that's what I wanted? Did it ever occur to you that I'm far happier here than I ever was in Mundus? That I may have decided to stay here, to forget, to be happy and content for once? No, you did not. Instead, you inflicted this curse upon me. Now I can only wait and hope that it will fade again, that the memories and voices of reason will fade again. I don't want to have them. I'm happier without them. I don't have any happiness with them. What? Why? As a child, I was smuggled into Cyrodiil. I didn't even know I was an Ohms until Zashara gave me little hints to be careful, back when I was young, apprentice at the Mage's Guild. Since then, I left in fear, especially after some Bosmer threatened to reveal my secret. They blackmailed me, and did worse. I hate them, hated him, clawed his heart out while it was still beating. He deserved it. And then I only lived in more fear. I've seen other ohms being discovered in the Imperial City, and seeing how they were taken away, never to return. In this realm, no one cares what I am. Finally, I can live in peace. Can't you understand what that means to me? Going back to Mundus, to Cyrodiil, only to fear again, to elsewhere, a desert in a turmoil, the last place I want to be. No, I am here, because here I can forget, and I don't have to fear. That means a lot to me. It's my medicine. Nothing sanity could give me. Suthe decree is lifted, and does this repair the damage done? Does this make all the scars go away? Does this cause everyone's opinions about ohms like myself to change? No, it does not. Understand, it is too late for me. My time in Mundus is over. I will stay here, because here I find some peace of mind, and that's all I desire. So you won't come back? No, I won't. There's nothing in Mundus that could be of an incentive to do so. I don't want to face my past, my memories, my coherent thoughts. They should all disappear again. Give me back my peace of mind, even if it shatters my mind to pieces again. Maybe I should thank you for trying to rescue me, but I can't. I am sorry. This is the only place I can be content. Insanity is my cure, my only hope. I hope that you will never experience the same as I have. Please leave me alone until Lord Sheagor's blessing can take root again. No. Tyrru will be content again. It's only a matter of time.
It's my...
Joe, Arriasha took the medicine. You look like you want to say but, because I don't see her. What has happened? She decided to stay, of her own will. Now that was unexpected. Nevertheless, if she's happy there, or wants to live there for whatever reasons, it's her decision to do so, now that she's had the mind to decide for herself. Thank you for your help. You've been a true friend to all Khajiits in the world, and worlds beyond. Take this robe. It once belonged to Arriasha, but I doubt she even misses it at all. May it serve you better than her. Maybe fate would have taken a different path if she hadn't forgotten to wear her robes instead of wearing one of the normal ones. Well, so now I finally have an enchanted one. I don't know if 10% resist magic would have helped her much.
Walk with virtue.
And I no longer have to need a light spell. But yeah, you can kind of tell with her earlier quests, there's little hints like her wanting a robe and wanting a heart. Some of her backstory. And yeah, if you had stolen the book from her long time ago, or you took Sebastian to Tyrru and then she would just smash the bottle and you'd never know whether she was gonna come back or not.
I hope I can help.
Finished all the interviews. Are you sure? Yes, I'm done. Then let me have your notes. You made notes, haven't you? Here they are. Let me see. Oh yes, that's a lot. Good work. That's exactly what I was looking for. Very, very nicely done. Never thought it possible to get as much, confessions out of those tight-lipped Daedra. Take this robe, and this little stone. It seems to be magical, but I can't really figure out what it does. Best not to have it around in my shop anyway. Oh, and this little sword. Never know when it may come in handy. Where did you get that from? The robe was a present from a local Dunmer. I've succeeded in getting a book she thought was impossible to get. Stone, crazy story. There was a battle between an Imperial Battle Mage and of course not the Imperial Battle Mage, and some kind of Altmer wizard just outside my door. The stone just rolled in and no one wanted it back. I'm no mage, so it is just a creepy piece of stone to me. The sword, it is one of 3 identical Swords forged in Yakuta before it sank. It is enchanted by the arts that created it. As far as I can tell, a rare piece of craftsmanship. A blade sharp enough to cut air. Legendary as they may be, they tend to get lost if not wielded. I am no warrior, so I am not the right wielder. Considering that you know how to talk and how to fight, you're a lot more suitable. Well, better than any barbarian who doesn't know how to talk. A sword like this would cause a lot of damage if it falls into the wrong hands. So I think the robes are the default reward. The stone is if you do a little better than that, and the sword is if you get the 50 points. Sword of Judgment. I think if you kill Doliandra, if you side with the Enrija Kren, you get this sword. Or one similar to it.